This is the men's room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The Drippers, the Grasshoppers, the Hip Ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
You're listening to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Say hello to our friends at 97.3 The Machine in beautiful San Diego, California. Talk the Rocks, and we have listeners. Where are they jumping on? Bayou 95.7, hello there, New Orleans. 98.9 The Rock in Kansas City, Kansas City's rock station. And, of course, Rock 103 in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Hello, Fort Bragg. How are you? Big show. Bad jokes on the way. Ted versus the FCC. And today the question, basically just some good advice. Men's room blank question. Don't be like me and do blank. 844-999-OLA.
Hello, Jonah. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello.
Hola. Hello, Jonah.
All right, so don't be like me and chug an entire pint of Jack Daniels the night before you have to drive across the country.
How
That is
about
a terrible
don't be
idea.
like you and don't chug an entire pint of Jack Daniels? And that's the entire statement.
Right. You don't have to
right
do
there.
that. Yeah,
So,
just don't ever do that.
but
Yeah.
why did
Yeah,
you
fair
decide that you had to know you're driving across country the next day, and you had to know the end result of chugging a pint of Jack Daniels?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So I was in college in Michigan at the time, and I got the news that I needed to move back to Washington.
Okay.
So the fraternity I was in threw me a going-away party the night before.
And
They ended up doing what they call the brother song, where they sing a little song, and then it ends in everybody screaming, "Drink mother effer, drink mother effer."
Oh, yes.
just like they
Higher
do weddings
education.
and kids'
Right, exactly,
parties.
yes.
I'm gonna start doing
Yeah,
that at
so-
Chuck E. Cheese.
And then Robert Mapplethorpe does with the bull whip. Parade us around campus.
Yeah, so about halfway through the pint, everyone was going insane, so I was like, okay, screw it, I'm just going to finish it. And then about 10 minutes after that, I don't remember anything else that happened that night. I woke up at 9 a.m. still drunk.
What time did you get on the
But he
road?
didn't end up... I'm sorry, come again?
What time did you get on the road?
We got on the road like at 10 that next night. I wasn't okay to drive until about then.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Never drink like that. Yeah, never drink.
Oh, yeah,
I
no,
mean, like,
definitely not.
at that stage in your life, you do a lot of dumb things, but hopefully you only do them once and you learn your lesson and you realize that those ideas aren't that good.
I don't know if you only do it. I mean, the worst I've done, the worst I've ever felt, the worst I've ever felt was, that's a shock. I had no cash, and I'm at this bar years and years and years ago, working in restaurants, and asked the bartender for a shot of Jägermeister. This is when Jägermeister's at its top. And at this point, I'm not drinking for taste. You just want to be drunk, right? So I'm shooting pool, get Jaeger. And he says, look, man, you still owe me money from last night. I'm like, yeah, still. So jokingly he says, all right, look, I'm going to give you a shot because there's one shot left in the bottle. And then jokingly, as he opens the other bottle, he says, if you can finish this whole thing tonight, the bar tab's on the house. Guess what? Bar tab on the house, man. And I didn't chug it, but through the course of my night there, I finished this entire bottle of Jaeger. This is on a Saturday. So at the restaurant I worked in, we had to do Sunday brunch. And it was just absolutely the worst, most miserable experience of my work life. I have never felt that bad in my life. Ever, man. So if nothing else, I stopped drinking Jägermeister.
Yep. Men's room blank question. Don't be like me and do blank. 844-999-OLA.
Hello, Austin. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola!
So don't be like me and go extreme sledding at Mount Baker and tear your meniscus the day before your daughter's birthday.
What exactly is extreme sledding, or is it just sledding down a mountain?
Are you drinking Mountain Dew?
Yeah, no, it's my best way. I use that to pick up the ladies. It's my best punchline. Extreme sledding.
How fast do you assume you're going when you're extreme sledding?
Oh, probably like a whopping 5 miles an hour, maybe.
All right, that is extreme.
So just don't go sledding.
Right.
So you're basically just going sledding, right?
Yeah, but you got to put the extreme in there, or else I just look like a fool saying I tore my meniscus sledding.
How old was your daughter?
She was just turning 3, and I don't know if you gentlemen know, there's a place called Jungle Playland, and it's where the kids get to run around, so I wasn't even able to run around.
You missed out on Jungle Play, but you paid for it. That's the good news.
I did the same thing. I broke my wrist the night before. So I broke my wrist on my daughter's birthday, but we had an event that night.
Right.
So it's nice. But the next night, I'm taking her to Disney on Ice. To say I'm not excited to go, massive understatement. But it's her birthday. I think she was turning 4. I don't remember. But keep in mind, I got drunk and broke my wrist. But I'm not going to miss her birthday because of this. So long story short, I end up at Disney on Ice, man. And I just remember I'm sitting in this cold-ass auditorium with the most dreadfully boring show if you're an adult. My daughter, to her, it's like the Beatles on the Ed Sullivan.
Oh, sure it is.
Greatest thing she's ever seen. But the whole I just keep looking down at my wrist, man, and it's like as fat as my neck. And she keeps saying, Daddy, you okay? I'm like, baby, Daddy's fine. The next day, like, Daddy has to go to the hospital and get a cast on his wrist. So the doctor, of course, she's like, why did you wait so long? I was like, look, dude, I got drunk. I wasn't going to go that night. And it's my daughter's birthday. I had to go to freaking Disney on Ice. That's my punishment. Then I had to cast for 12 weeks.
I would also say to people, don't sled down a city street if you got to catch a flight across the country the next day. Don't sled down a city street on a wood pallet.
I was going to say, you weren't in a sled.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Technically, you weren't
That
sledding.
was one of the most, that was one of the bigger bruises I've seen.
That's a hematoma, my friend.
Yes, it was a big one. Right.
They give it a different name after a certain
Like
size.
I came right, same thing like your wrist though, right? Like I heard it that night, and then I still came into work.
Yeah.
If people were just like, dude, you got to go to the hospital. Like, all right.
Yeah, because you never want to go.
No.
Men's room blank question. Don't be like me and do blank. 844-999-OLA.
Hello, Jordan. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola!
Hola!
All right, so you definitely don't want to be like me and accidentally run over your husband and dog at the same time.
That is great.
That is
awesome.
But
You know
why
what?
the dog?
But you know what's terrifying, Jordan? A lot of people do want to be like you.
Yeah, well, we were camping and I was trying to back the car up a little closer to the fire and had some clunky boots on and went gas pedal instead of brake.
Okay, did your husband believe that when you told him?
Well, he didn't really. He kind of was screaming. And the thing was, is my car actually went a little bit into the fire. So he was
so you
more
pushed him
concerned
in it.
about me getting my car out of the
So,
fire.
so how far was he underneath the car?
He wasn't like under the car. He was just hit and
Pushed into the
thrown
fire.
by the car.
Don't
right.
try to make it sound better.
And what happened to the dog? Was the dog okay?
Well, the dog got a little bit in the fire. Her fur was a little burnt, but she was all right. A little shaken up.
Now, wait a
man.
minute. Listen, you got to stop doing it like that, man. Like, well, she got a little bit in the fire. Then she got in the fire. A little bit of fire is fire.
Was that the end of the camping trip, or did you guys?
Oh, no,
Did you
we
guys
found
pack
a
it
little
up?
whiskey for us, so we were able to make some reparations.
All right.
What about the dog? Like, I don't drink whiskey. You burn my fuzz, man. What kind of
No,
what kind of dog
The
was
thing
it?
is, when you go camping, you got to bring your dog some treats, so I was able to do. And she got a little bit of the steak we were cooking.
How about a burn salve? What kind of dog was it?
She's Australian Shepherd Rottweiler mix.
Oh, man.
So she had long hair. There was a little cushion.
All right.
And more to ignite. I mean, there's also, she had a longer wick.
Oh, boy.
Damn, man.
That's good times.
Hit the
I
wife
guess
or
you could look at it that way.
The husband and the dog.
What kind of car was it?
It's a Honda Element, so it's got like
Oh, yeah,
the
big,
seat
big,
in the
yeah.
back.
Oh, yeah,
pushed your dog into a fire with your car.
that's what that's what Honda needs. They have a commercial like that. You know what I mean? They just pull on your element
Take
up
it to the great
campfire,
outdoors.
like Honda.
Sound like a weird country song.
What's that?
Ran over my husband, my dog, pushed him in the fire,
Yeah,
settled it with whiskey.
Yeah, we did it. Don't be like me and do blank. 844-999-OLA.
That is effed up. Hello, Jordan, part 2.
Hola, bitches.
Hola.
Okay, so don't be like me and try to check a piece of luggage at the airport that says Unabomber written on it.
Why in the hell would you write that unless you just felt like being detained?
Did you put that on your tag, or did you?
No, it was, so here's the story. So a couple of years ago, it's Christmas time, and I ordered my brother this beautiful poster of a Ducati motorcycle, and it's this huge poster. So I ordered 2 at the time because I think I want one for myself for my dorm room. Well, I put it under the tree. It came in this big tube, and I put 2 Bobby from the Unabomber. And so then naturally, when I needed to go back to school, I decided to take my remaining poster and put it in that same tube.
Not even thinking about it.
Okay.
Exactly, without even thinking about it. So I check in my luggage and the tube, and I head to my gate. And when I get to my gate, I need something to eat. So I find a spot to sit down, and I put down my backpack and my other stuff, and I asked the guy sitting next to me, I said, hey, will you watch my stuff real quick? I'm going to go grab something to eat. So apparently a couple minutes later, they came looking for me at the gate, and here's this guy sitting there, and he's like, well, a strange thing, this guy came by, and he dropped off this stuff, and then he took off.
Right.
And they're like, oh, we think that's our guy. So now they're a little suspicious. So by the time I make it back to the gate, they've got TSA, FBI, and the airport police there. He started unloading all the luggage that had already been loaded onto the plane. It's all sitting out on the tarmac.
Oh, so you delayed the flight.
Yeah.
Mr. Popularity.
Oh man, this is almost as bad as a sleep apnea guy. Go ahead.
So basically, I get questions for the next hour. Go through and sniff all the luggage. I try to explain to him that it was, just a silly joke between me and my brother.
It's not silly, sir. Shut your mouth.
Right.
Hello.
Jordy there. And he's gone. Just like that announcer.
That's how it works.
Flipped a commercial the other
Well,
day.
it's tougher here, right? Like if you're on the phone with somebody just in your personal life, you give them a few more seconds.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's like, he's gone. We got to get rid of him.
That's it.
Okay, at least initially when he told that story, I thought he intentionally wrote it like, ha ha, aren't I funny? And at that point, like, no, you're an idiot. But I completely understand at this point, ha ha, you're funny with your brother, and then totally forgot about it.
Yeah. I hate going
At
to the
the
airport and it's just, the plane's not going anywhere. You're just kind of stuck there. You got there early. Just the whole
But you
thing
want to
sucks.
find out if someone's responsible,
yeah.
you'll stare at
Well,
that.
sitting at the airport, at least you can go get food or get a drink or whatever.
Sure.
But you're right. When you're just sitting on the tarmac,
When you get on that
in
plane, when that plane gets in the air, you're like, thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God we didn't have to, whatever the hell. You know what I mean? Men's Room blank question. Don't be like me and do blank. 844-999-OLA. More of your calls coming up. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
Welcome back to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Still combat jokes on the way. The return of Ted versus the FCC before we drink a toast with the shot of the day. So the story goes, and unfortunately we don't know the writer of this one, but it does come from the weird news section. If you're at home and hear a mysterious fap noise, it might be a helicopter outside, or it might be this guy. Jason Lee Vickery broke into a home in St. Augustine, Florida, and was about to masturbate when he got distracted by a green remote-controlled helicopter. This according to a St. Johns County Sheriff's report.
Tell me he's 7.
This was obtained by the Huffington Post Weird News. Vickery sought out the toy's batteries and flew the helicopter for a while, thus depriving the owner of the item and its battery life, according to the report. At some point while inside the home, he ate a salad he happened to have with him. After getting his fill of leafy greens, Vickery allegedly masturbating in the bathroom on the second floor, but stopped and went to the backyard because he heard voices coming from outside. The voices belonged to deputies who arrested him. Officials say they confiscated a bag of marijuana as well as other drug paraphernalia. Our question, Men's Room blank question style, don't be like me and do blank. 844-999-OLA.
What was the point of anything he did?
I'm not sure.
I mean,
That's
good
just
Lord,
great,
man.
It's just a great story all the way around.
I like that he got distracted by the helicopter. A few comments come in. It says, don't be like me and put your hand in a blender. My right pointer finger still has no feeling, and pushing buttons is a pain. Ooh. Oof. Don't be a dummy like my brother's friend to throw live ammunition rounds into a bonfire.
Yeah,
everybody
don't do that.
ended up okay, but scared the crap out of the teenagers.
But yeah, that's dumb.
I've been with the guy who's done that.
I have too.
Don't be like I did, or don't do like I did. If you don't know what you're doing, don't take acid. One of my buddies said one drop. I misheard and thought he meant one dropper. So a whole eyedropper
Oh, my
full,
God.
which is like, I don't know,
Oh,
20
my
drops.
God.
That's what I took. Needless to say, I like how he ends this. I was a sphere of light and no longer existed as a person, and I was traveling through space for about 20 hours.
Wow.
I'm surprised it was only 20 hours.
Wow.
Man,
I'm
that is,
surprised you didn't end up in a mental institution.
Yeah, you might still be crazy, man.
Men's Room blank question. Don't be like me and do blank. 844-999-OLA.
Hello, Jimmy. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, hola, bichola. But I just want to start off with saying that guy that chugged that pint sounds like a little weak boy, because I can chug a fifth and it'd be fine.
How old are you?
I'm 24.
That's
All
right.
right. Well, so you're also Jimmy. If you were a Jim, you'd be sipping it. You know what I mean?
Jimmy, if you go by Jimmy, sure.
drinks the whole bottle and, you know what I mean, and passes
goes
out in the
by
backyard.
Jimmy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So I want to say, don't be like Jimmy and shotgun 6 beers and try to jump over a bonfire and collide with another person that was jumping over the said bonfire.
Well, you just timed it out wrong?
Oh, yeah.
Well, they didn't time it out right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, don't be like Jimmy and say those kind of words.
Once again, bedroom colors, here are the 7 words you can't say on the radio. Sucker, mother, and please keep those words in mind when calling. Now, back to the program.
Yeah, they give us a few that we can't use, and that happens to be the biggest one on the list.
To be fair, if I landed in a fire, I understand dropping the F-bomb. You said it effing hurt. I'm sure it did. Yeah. Have you ever, been fully on fire? I know you've been on fire, Miles. We were stoned once. Miles was on fire, and we're staring at him on fire. The phone rang, snapped us out of it. But I mean, on fire.
Do you know what I think helped set me on fire? At that point in time, it was
the lighter that we had, us being stoned, and that we lit part of your clothing on fire.
Yeah,
I think all of that contributed.
But it was also if you remember, a very dry summer in Baltimore. And I mean, it was arid. I mean, it was normally in
That's
Baltimore.
That's not why you're on fire. We lit you on fire.
It is absolutely humid as hell most of the time. At this point in time, and I remember this because I thought about this a lot because I seriously did catch on fire. So we lit you on fire, not because it was dry.
But I was very ashy, and I was using this certain lotion, right? So I was lotioning up my legs because it was really, really dry. So I'm pretty sure, when my leg lit up on fire, and it did, just go woof. I think it was all, the alcohol in the lotion or something catching on fire because it was like a blue flame.
You're probably right. I'm just saying that posed a threat. Your lotion after we lit you on fire.
Yeah. And the problem
That's what helped you catch on fire.
The problem was we were so high, we didn't realize I was on fire. For 2 or 3 seconds, you're like, hey, dude, you're on fire. And I'm like, oh, yeah. And I kind of patted it out like this. I was like, I'm on fire.
Then we got a phone call and got offered this job.
Men's room, blank question. Don't be like me and do blank. 844-999-OLA.
Hello, Steve. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bicholas.
Hola.
Okay, well, so as a kid, my dad was stationed in the Air Force, and I was with him and his friends, and they took me to this place called the Chalk Mine, where it was basically just a big hole in the ground where they made these jumps to use with your bike. And they'd named them Big Ben and Little Ben and Butterfly and whatever. And they'd said the whole thing was, don't go down Little Ben the wrong way. There's only one way to go down Little Ben. Well, of course, I was the cocky American kid who was like, step aside, you limey wimps, let me show you how it's done.
How to make friends and influence people.
Yeah.
You limey wimps, get out of my way.
And so everybody else stopped their riding their bikes and taking their jumps. They're going to watch me take Little Ben the wrong way. And so as soon as I started down the ramp, the jump, I realized what they were talking about. There was some tree roots that started shaking the handlebars very violently, and I'm just trying to hold on, and I'm picking up speed, and at the very bottom of the ramp, there was a conveniently placed tree, which I ran smack dab into, flew over the handlebars into the tree, and was lying there with the wind knocked out of me, listening to them all laugh and cheer and clap, and they were all like, we told you, you stupid yank.
Yeah, they did.
Good time.
Limey bastards.
Limey bastards.
Yeah.
Good times.
Take people's word for it sometimes, man. Like when every kid's like, don't ride down that one. Don't ride down that one. Mm-hmm. We've all learned that. And look, all the kids, whatever neighborhood, there's Suicide Hill, that's the one you don't go down, right? They named it that for a reason.
Yeah. Men's room, blank question. Don't be like me and do blank. 844-999-OLA.
Somebody triple dog dares you.
See, man, I hated that. I'm like, why is it that you want to triple dog dare me, all right? And I understand what's at stake here, but I did not ask you to do this. How is this on me? I feel like at the moment you triple dog dare someone, because there is no higher dare, correct? In a world of dares, triple dog
Or
dare.
the Christmas Story now.
That's as high as it gets. But I feel like, all right, if you're going to triple dog dare someone, basically coerce them.
Is it bigger than Pinky's?
I think it's bigger than Pinky's because you're triple dog daring. And a Pinky's a promise, man.
Oh.
This is a triple dog dare.
I thought it was a swear.
But I feel like if you triple dog dare, then you should offer something in return at that point. Right? Square it up a little bit. I can't just triple dog dare your ass and be like, I got nothing on the line.
I don't know that I've ever heard people actually use it in real life.
The triple dog dare?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it exists. It's a thing.
Answer blank question. Don't be like me and do blank. 844-999-OLA.
Hello, Shane. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Hello, Shane.
Hello, Miles.
How are you?
Doing great. Happy Friday, guys.
Yeah, man.
So I have an airport story as well. Don't be like me and try to get on a plane intoxicated without an ID.
What happened to your ID?
I don't know. I mean, like I said, I had a few too many probably, and I guess I left some of that back at the house I left. And anyway, she's like, we need the identification. I said, well, what are you talking about? I just gave you my social. I just gave you this, that, and the other. So I knew all the information, by heart. But she's like, no, we need picture ID. And I'm like, now hold on just a minute. At this point, I'm
oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
So hold on just a minute. You're telling me that you let Bin Laden and all his buddies get on that plane?
Oh boy.
Oh, Shane. And Shane, let me ask you a question.
She's like, right. And now that's why we're asking you for ID.
You showed up at the airport drunk then.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, you didn't make it in, because you can't get in past the security without an ID. So it's not like you got hammered at the airport bar, and then they wouldn't let you on the plane. You didn't even go to the goddamn airport with an ID.
Right.
That's impressive.
And, I mean, this was hair of the dog from the night before, so I'm 2 times drunk here, and, they're not having it. So next thing I know, I think 4 cops come up and, they're giving me the run around. They're like, you can't talk to her like that. And
so, furthermore, you can't get on the plane, Jack.
Have you changed your ways, Shane?
Yeah, that's before I got sober. I've been sober about 5.5 years now. So.
Good for you. Yeah, that sounds like you were going hard, man.
Oh yeah, hard enough. Tell Jimmy that his liver will thank him in 10 years.
What if he stops?
If he keeps going at 24, you're bulletproof. But by about 31, I mean, I was feeling everything. So
how much were you drinking?
But you got to let him live and learn that, man. We all figured it out the same way.
How much were you drinking?
Daily. I mean, it didn't matter what it was or how much of it there. I mean, I would make sure that I had 3 days worth at a time, and I just wouldn't run out. So you're talking a half a gallon and a couple 6-pack pints of natty ice, and I'm off to the races.
All right, so the good stuff.
Nothing but the
really. I wasn't picky.
Yeah.
So what was the moment that made you stop? Like, what was the day where you said, all right, man, I got to stop?
Oh, it's November 14th, 2012. This was, a few months after my 3rd DUI, and it was all I could do. I mean, like I said, my liver and everything was just kind of going, and I knew it was time to quit or, pay the ultimate price. So I took a stab at it, and here I am.
Did you pay all that DUI stuff off eventually?
Oh yeah. You got time to do all that. So it's it's a matter of time. It's pretty serious death.
Yeah, Shane, congratulations, man. Good for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Men's or blank question. Don't be like me and do blank. 844-999-OLA.
Yeah, don't worry about Jimmy, man. Listen, Jimmy, there's a couple of things, and I know this sounds terrible, and I hate to be an awful person. I just accept the fact that apparently I am. All right, so, look, he's right. If you stop drinking, no, don't. I want you to wake up the same way we all did. You have that one day. You drink as much as you always drink. You got to go to work, and you realize at this point your body has now quit the I am 10 feet tall and bulletproof thing. And life just sucks, man. And then you just have to make different decisions. Or, as I did for a while, you find a way to fight through the hangover, no matter how severe it is. You do your thing, but I want you to suffer and sweat and have that awful day. We're like the rest of us, man. I think it's and then like with kids, right? So when we used to get like the chicken pox thing and all these other shots, like they do it all once now, man. Like the needles the kids face when they're like, dude, that is nothing.
It's all at once.
Yeah, and don't they inoculate chickenpox now? I'm like, no.
Do you know what was one of the...
You know what, man? I want to send you... This is what my parents did happen to most of us. Some kid on the block who I did not play with. There's a day that my parents insisted I play with him, and then I was itchy, and I was scabbed up, me and my brother, because they gave us the chickenpox. Like, I want you to go through that.
Yep.
I want you to endure that.
You have to experience what you experience to be able to make any big decision.
Yeah.
When we got back from... I've been 41 days without a cigarette, which is driving me crazy. But the trigger was that we were in Vegas for 3 days. We were staying at the Hard Rock, and you could smoke at the casino.
That is correct.
So
Vegas.
When I came back, and typically, I've smoked my whole life, but, obviously for the last 10 years of my life, 15 years of my life, that's relegated to outdoor smoking. I go out on the patio, I'm not in an enclosed area that has cigarette smoke unless you're at a casino. And that's basically the only time you're around it. And it's strange when you walk into even just a local casino and you're like, oh my God, you can smoke. It's weird.
It's great.
But I came home and I opened up my suitcase. And for the first time in a long time, I could smell my clothes when I went to put them into the washing machine. I went, ooh, God, that smells it smelled like crap. You know what I mean? So I was like, oh, maybe I should give this another stab if this is how I smell all the time,
You know what's weird, though? Now I can smell what you actually smell like. It's horrible.
It is terrible. And I can actually smell and taste stuff now.
Well, remember, they did this in England, right? So, we started doing the indoor smoking bans in the States. It reaches over to England. And I remember no one thought about this. It's just the point that a lot of these English bars have been around since like 1100 AD or 1600 AD, and they've always been a bar.
Ye Old Tavern.
Right, but like literally it is Ye Old Tavern, and people have been going there for hundreds of years, and like any bar, in the course of 100 years, people puke, people have peed, fights have happened, blood, you name it. So they did the smoking ban, and they said in about a week, when the stink of cigarettes went away, every bar smelled like vomit and urine.
Every bar smelled like thousands of years.
Right, man, they were like, we never knew how gross this place smelled because cigarette smoke had been covering up the stink, man. And they're like, but they realized like they had to replace floors because the pee had like soaked into the wood. You couldn't get rid of the smell. They actually had to like redo some places. So they're like, hey, man, this is like Romans peed on this floor, man.
Right, they're hundreds of years old.
Hundreds of years.
Men's or Black question. Don't be like me and do blank 844-999-OLA.
Hello, Sabrina. Welcome to the men's room.
Hi, guys.
Hola.
You're on the radio. Hola.
Hello, Sabrina.
Hombres.
What's happening, Sabrina?
I'm so happy you guys are on the radio. You make my drive home wonderful. Thank you for being on the air.
Well, make sure you tell everyone in San Diego to listen then. We are here for that.
Sabrina, what's what's the weather like there? Just to piss everyone off.
Oh, my gosh. Today it's a beautiful blue skies with those, painted white fluffy clouds just kind of draped across. I think it's about 78, 79 right now.
Ah, that's killing me.
Sabrina, we don't know. And I don't want you to take this wrong, but we hate you.
Yeah.
I know.
It's okay. You love to hate us. I got it. It's
No, man. Hey, Sabrina, there's a little place over in Coronado that has, I think it's called Lobster's West. I stumbled into there needing some bread and substance at one point in time after a weekend. And if you're ever on that side, man, get their lobster roll. I don't know where in the hell they get that stuff from, man. It's absolutely fantastic. Yeah, food in San Diego.
Here in Chula Vista, we have the best street tacos ever. This is where you get the carne asada fries.
We go.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, but I know what street tacos are, but street tacos, it doesn't matter. It doesn't sound good. I know that they are, but street tacos like slang for prostitute to me. We have to come up with a better name.
There was one point we spent the entire afternoon just soaking in the sun, and we were up in the Old Town. And just sitting on the gas lamp. Yeah. Well, later on that afternoon, we went up to Old Town, just pound of beer and eating tacos up there. So
we're very adventurous.
Burrito next time you're in town, okay?
Yeah,
Cali burrito.
All right, we'll go there as long as the train is close.
And that sounds like a hooker's name.
Yeah, because half the time we're kind of.
It's French fries, carne asada, cheese, sour cream, and guacamole. It's great for a hangover.
That sounds great.
That sounds very good for a hangover.
Yes, it does.
Sounds good. Period.
So what do you think that people shouldn't be like you?
Oh, my goodness. So don't be like me and get electrocuted in front of your children.
Oh, God.
Oh,
yes.
Wait, how old were your kids? I'm sorry.
They were little. They were like
bummer.
10, 8, and 6. So this was traumatic for them.
Oh, my
They were
God.
watching TV it stopped working. It wouldn't go back on. So I fix everything. That's what I do. I pulled the TV out, and I'm like, oh, the cord came out of the TV. Let me just put it back in. So I went to grab the cord that was attached to the TV. Yep. Flew me back like 10 feet, knocked me out for, a good minute.
Oh, Jesus.
Unplug electrical things when you're going to touch open wires, people.
Were your kids standing over you very worried when you came to?
They did. I like opened my eyes and they were all sitting there, Mom, and I said, what happened?
They're like, you're not a TV repair person.
No, I'm not. No, and you know what? They don't touch it. They call me still today to fix everything. They won't fix anything.
Well, they don't want you to die.
I didn't learn my lesson.
Sabrina, thank you. We appreciate it.
You're welcome. Stay sunny, guys.
All right.
And stay sweet.
Bad jokes coming up. Ted versus the FCC. Our men's room blank question. Don't be like me and do blank. 844-999-OLA. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Hang on. Ted versus the FCC coming up. Bad jokes as well. Let's go to, I believe we're headed to Florida again. Oh, boy. A 31-year-old guy named Jason Lee Powers. Can we imagine what Jason Lee Powers looks like?
I picture him looking like Jason Lee, but bigger.
Jason Lee Powers.
Like a cross between Jason Lee and Kenny Powers.
I think if your last name is Powers.
He looks like Florida.
Yeah,
basically.
He does. He's the spokesperson. He got arrested last Tuesday for trying to steal a 12-pack of Bud Light from a dollar store in Pine Lakes, Florida.
Selling Bud Light for $12.
That's what I was thinking. Like, is it $1 a beer, or how are they getting away with it? So, you know what I mean? Like, how do they justify that?
I haven't been to a dollar store in a while, but everything's still $1. Right?
Now I'm really questioning.
Otherwise, they change the name.
I'm questioning life. Either way, how about being able to get a 12-pack of Bud Light at the dollar store? Because that's not what I expect to find at a dollar store.
No.
I'm expecting to see like a spatula.
But see, that's Florida.
All right. So anyway, when the cops asked him why he did it, he said he wasn't sure because he doesn't even drink Bud Light.
You stole beer from a dollar store for beer, and come on, man.
He is facing theft charges and has a long rap sheet because of this, including prior arrests, by the way, for meth and aggravated battery on a pregnant woman.
Jeez.
And if you're still in any doubt in your mind that he's a total scumbag, the cops posted his mugshot along with a photo of a large swastika tattoo on his right rib cage. So he's been now outed as a white supremacist as well. So our question, men's room blank question, don't be like me and do blank, 844-999-OLA.
Apparently it depends on the dollar store.
Oh,
some
so
of them have mostly
different
dollar items, but some stuff is just significantly cheaper.
Do they have like a $2 section and then like a $3 section
I mean, that's
in the
what I would
dollar
do.
store? Do you know what I mean?
I mean, it just says there's places like Dollar General and Family Dollar, which are dollar stores in name only.
Oh, okay. All right.
The merchandise is generally low price. It doesn't necessarily only $1.
All right. All right.
Dollars store. Just change the name. Just add that.
I bet it was still really cheap.
You know, it was at the dollar store.
It's tough for the dollar store to branch out too much unless they just, they've got, the only thing they got to do is just raise the cap on the dollar.
Yeah, but they could open another franchise like the $5 store. Like for the people that brought you the dollar store.
What if
Nordstrom.
that's going to put the $1 store out of business?
It won't, man. It's like Nordstrom and Nordstrom Rack. Like, look, dude, if you don't think the spatula's worth the $5, go to the dollar store. We're sure it's at least worth that.
Yeah, like when I was a kid, we used to go to a store. My mom would call it the 5 and dime store, but like
Woolworth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or G.C. Murphy.
But stuff costs a lot more than a nickel or a dime.
Yeah. It really did. Woolworth had the worst stuff.
You could go in there and get breakfast, you could, and then go.
You know what?
And then go buy a wheelbarrow.
Milkshakes, man.
Oh yeah, get a milkshake and also get your prescription drugs. That place was amazing.
The original Costco.
And we're actually old enough to remember it. Men's room blank question. Don't be like me and do blank. 844-999-OLA. It really was.
Hello, Andy. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Hey, guys, so don't be like me and try to skip calculus in college and accidentally flip your buddy's truck.
Okay. That's a whole lot.
That's a lot going on. It's a big right turn.
You skip class calculus in college. Okay. And then how did you end up flipping your buddy's truck?
Well, it's fairly simple, right? So I was going down the street. We were in college, and he goes like, "Hey, man, I'm going to drop you up in the classroom, and just get out with my girlfriend." It's like, all right, cool. Once I get to the classroom, I was like, oh, man, I really don't want to be here. So I call him back. It's like, hey, can I use your truck while you're with your girlfriend? He says, yeah, sure, no worries. So I grabbed his truck. I was going back home just to catch a quick nap or something like that. And I'm heading to this little back roads back home. And there's this lady that's coming the opposite way, and the road was really narrow, and she was right in the middle. So I thought we were going to play like a little bit of chicken here, and I was waiting for her to go to her side of the road. When I noticed that wasn't happening,
I just went slightly right, but the truck accidentally caught the grass and I started fishtailing. Well, the road was in such poor condition that I didn't see there was a medium right there, and I just hit it with the passenger side. And I immediately popped the wheelie, and when I landed, the front tire was missing now from the first impact. So I flipped it. I did 3-4 rotations, and then ended up like in the side of the road, all messed up.
Were you hurt?
No. Thankfully, all that happened was that the airbag went out, and it softly caressed my face, so I had a little bit of a
Softly. It sounds like you made love to the airbag.
Oh, Andy, you will be okay.
Yes, exactly.
Just let me cradle your face. I like how, by the way, everything, it's something else. The truck accidentally did something. Nothing to do with you.
Andy,
it's the road's fault you didn't see the media.
Did your buddy's insurance cover this?
Oh, no, absolutely not. So,
absolutely not.
Yeah. So
got a stupid ass question is that?
I called him. I said, like, hey, man, I'm sorry to tell you this, but I just flipped your truck. And I always mess around. I'm a pretty happy guy. So he was like, no way, dude. It's like, yes, I did. So I'll send you pictures, and please come pick me up if you can. And when he got there, he couldn't believe it. But he was pretty cool. He was just telling me, like, as long as you're not hurt. But his dad wasn't too happy about it, so he got in a fist fight right then and there in the accident scene with his dad.
Oh no!
Fist fight!
Oh no, Andy! You caused anarchy.
Oh God, man!
Jesus Christ!
Got a fist fight.
Andy,
man!
Andy! What the hell's going on there? That's anarchy. Men's Room Blank question. Don't be like me and do blank. 844-999-OLA.
Hola! The shenanigans continue on the Men's Room Radio Network.